Welcome back, scholars, and we are going to read another story today, and I'm going to reach into my box over here and see what we're going to read. Let's get started, shall we? What am I going to pull out today? Let's find out. Oh my goodness, and it's one of my favorites. So I grew up with this book, and it is called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And it is written by Judith Viorst and illustrated by Ray Cruz. Now, I wonder, how do you think he is feeling? Let's look at his face for a moment. What do you notice? He doesn't look that happy, does he? Let's find out why. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I can tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. How do you think he feels? At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. Has anybody ever had a bad day like that, where it just started wrong? Yeah, I think we all have, right? In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window, too. I said I was being smushed. I said, if I don't get a seat by the window, I am going to be car sick. No one even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Can you find Alexander in the car? Let's see. Do you see him? You see him being smushed right there? That doesn't look very comfortable, does it? I don't think I would be happy smushed like him, do you? Let's find out what happens next. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Poor Alexander. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend, and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend, and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. Aw. He sounds really upset, huh? But was that very nice? No. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of a jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on top. Guess whose mother forgot to pack dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was. Because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. "Come back next week and I'll fix it," said Dr. Fields. "Next week," I said. "I'm going to Australia." What do you think, kiddos? Is he really going to Australia? On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy, and then I started crying because of the mud, and Nick said I was a crybaby, and... oh, he's crying. That was not very nice. His brothers were not very nice. While I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I am having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everybody. No one even answered. Poor Alexander. How do you guys think he feels? So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes. But the shoe man said, "We're all sold out." They made me buy plain old white ones. But they can't make me wear them. That's happened to me before. How about you? Have you ever gone to the store and wanted something, but they didn't have what you wanted? Yeah. That happens, right? But things move on. You gotta have it day by day. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as I could be, except for my elbow. He also said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate lima beans. And there was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. My bath was too hot, I got soap in my eyes, my marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that. Even in Australia. The end. Boys and girls, I wanted to read that story to you because no matter where we are, no matter what's going on in this crazy world, in this crazy time we live in, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always a happy ending. And we will all get through this as long as we have each other. Okay? So, I will see you next time. I hope you enjoy these stories. Please don't forget, we all have each other. Please hug your moms and daddies. Please help each other as much as you can, because we just got to keep going one day at a time, and we will all get through this. Have a lovely day, and I will see you next time for a new story. Bye-bye.